What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JP, and today, man, I have a great one for y'all today. Today, as you can see, I have the Redmi K30 5G. That's right, baby. This is not the K30 4G with the Snapdragon 730G. This is the Redmi K30 5G with the all-new Snapdragon 765G with 5G. Check that out. Look how beautiful that is right there. First phone with the Sony 64 megapixel IMX camera. As you may recall, the Redmi Note 8 Pro was the first with the 64 megapixel Samsung lens. But just like around this time last year and the end of the year of 2018, when everyone was rushing to put the 48 megapixels on their phones, they did the Samsung first, and then afterwards they went to the Sony IMX 586. Same thing here. Samsung got a 64 megapixel lens, and Redmi was the first to use that with the Note 8 Pro, and then with the K30 4G and 5G, they put them on both. This has the all-new IMX 686 64 megapixel sensor from Sony. It's the successor to the extremely popular 586 IMX that tons of flagships and flagship killers used, in 2019. So that's a big headline about the K30. But gonna run down the specs a little bit here. Besides having the all new 2.4 gig Snapdragon 765G chipset with 5G connectivity. Unlocked, I might add, of course. This model has 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs internal, dual SIM, dual standby, and those are the major specs everyone likes to know. There comes with your clear silicone case there. This does have 30-watt charging. The standard 4G model has 27 watt. This has 30 watt. SIM ejector tool. Of course, your box there. Nothing special there. This does have the all new MIUI 11 with the app drawer. That is not a custom launcher. That is the stock launcher, and it now has the option for an app drawer. So just wanted to show everyone that there. MIUI 11 is on top of Android 10. Yeah, just a beautiful phone all the way around. Fingerprint sensor on the side. There's your volume rocker. Your fingerprint sensor doubles as the power button. USB Type-C. Your headphone jack. Your speaker. IR blaster. SIM tray. This phone, sorry for I know I keep doing that there, y'all. Sorry about that. This phone is somewhat controversial, but a lot of people aren't making it a big deal, luckily. Like they were with the Xiaomi Mi A3 when they downgraded the resolution to 720 to add an AMOLED and an in-display fingerprint sensor. A lot of people were really disappointed that they didn't keep the full HD on the Mi A3 as its predecessor. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember that. It was back over the summer. This phone made a few sacrifices too. Xiaomi is all about price to spec ratio. They don't like raising the price of a phone's successor. They like to keep the price the same or make it even cheaper if at all possible. So if they release a phone for $400 and then the next year, because of the Qualcomm chipset going up in price that they use or whatnot, when a lot of manufacturers would raise the price $50, Xiaomi wants to still keep it at the original price that it was the year before, $400, if not less, $380, $370, $350, etc. And I'm just throwing numbers out there. So what they do is they tend to make compromises, if you will, in other areas to offer, their value for buck, their bang for buck, if you will. This phone, I mean, it's missing basically It doesn't have the pop-up selfie nor the in-display fingerprint sensor because they went with a much larger 6.7-inch LCD versus the 6.4 on the previous generation. But you still get so much more. They could have just gone with a 90 Hz refresh rate because there is no Xiaomi or Redmi phone that has anything above a 60 Hz refresh, the standard 60 Hz refresh rate. They could have just gone to a 90. But no, Xiaomi and Redmi wanted to go all the way and offer a 120 Hz display. So that's what they did. This phone has a 120 Hz display, and man, you can notice it. You can notice it. It is awesome. Awesome. The 90 Hz refresh rates on a lot of those other phones, a lot of which I've reviewed, I didn't really, I mean, they're barely noticeable. But when it's 120, you can really notice it. LCD or AMOLED. I used the Razer Phone 2, which was a Quad HD LCD with 120 Hz. The Razer Phone 2, I just said the Razer Phone 2, but the ROG Phone 2 had a 120 Hz AMOLED Full HD display, and I could notice it. The Pixel 4, not so much. The Pixel 4 XL, I could a little bit with the 90 Hz. The OnePlus 7 Pro, I was able to notice it. Now we'll tell you from the same company, BBK, the Realme X2 Pro, which was also a 90 Hz AMOLED, you could really tell. I could see it. The Red Magic phones, I couldn't. The Red Magic 3, Red Magic 3S, they were 90 Hz AMOLEDs. I couldn't really notice it. I think it only did it when you were gaming, actually. But in order to offer you a much larger display, keeping the Full HD Plus resolution, offering and also upping the aspect ratio from 19:9 to 20:9, they went with an LCD so they could also give you a 120 Hz panel. You also have dual selfie setup, and it's a much better camera than the previous generation. Again, you get that 64 megapixel on the back, which is a generation up from what the previous model had. I mean, everything about this phone is a generation up, if you will, if that makes sense. You're not only getting the 730's successor, the 765, but you're also getting the 765G. It has 5G. Again, you're not losing the screen to body ratio. This actually has a higher screen to body ratio than the previous generation because they went with a larger screen. They thinned out the bezels and the chin even further than the K20. So you may this actually again because the screen is so much larger as well. It's also thinner, if I'm not mistaken there, because it's not having to house that selfie cam inside. I think I read that somewhere actually. That's not. I don't have an exact measurement there, but you're gaining so much more for what they took away. They made up for it, and it's an amazing phone. The colors on this LCD, they pop. It is honestly is the most gorgeous LCD screen I have seen. Honestly, it's beautiful in the right light. Like now, you don't see how I'm seeing it because you're seeing it through a camera lens. But when I kind of look over what I'm recording this with, when I kind of look over and I look at the screen, it from where I'm sitting at, it looks like it's an AMOLED. I mean, it is that beautiful. I mean, it's just they went with a very high quality screen there. Again, the screen to body ratio is actually greater on this phone, despite having the distraction with the dual punch hole. You are in fact getting more screen real estate just because the screen is noticeably larger. They didn't just go from a 6.4 to a 6.5. They went from a 6.4 to almost a 6.7, 6.67 to be exact. And before y'all, really kind of, I don't want to say judge, that might be too harsh, but before y'all really get too harsh about Xiaomi or Redmi going back, coming back away from the pop-ups and going with the cutout here on this phone right here, I mean, in a couple months, you're going to see that they're not the only ones making that decision, because OnePlus will be making that same decision. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of y'all by now have seen the renders and the the rumors and the documents that have leaked about the OnePlus 8 series. A lot of people thought it was just the standard 8 and the 8 Lite, but even the 8 Pro, the OnePlus 8 Pro, is going to have a cutout. It's going to have the punch out. I can't remember if it's a dual punch out or just a single punch out, but they're also, OnePlus is also, is also going back against the pop-up selfie. So, I mean, Redmi just did it before they did, so of course they're going to get a lot of the they're going to, they're going to get a they're going to take on most of the heat from doing so. But OnePlus, they're going to end up doing it too. You'll see. Just wait April and May when that rolls around. Granted, OnePlus won't take away the AMOLED screen, and they'll still have the in-display fingerprint sensor, but you're also paying. But that's a phone that's also going to cost more. So um, this phone is in a different price bracket. This isn't even the successor to the K20 Pro. This is just a successor to the standard K20 with the Snapdragon 730. Granted, yes, they do have a 4G model of this phone that has the 730G. That is also the successor to the K20. This just is kind of a successor above that. So, only time will tell if the K30 Pro, which will more than likely have the Snapdragon 865, only time will tell if that will maintain the pop-up. It may maintain it, you just have to wait and see. But I'm really loving this K30 5G. Of course, the 5G, it's an odd setup. It does actually have the proper bands for 5G on for AT&T's low band, and I think Sprint as well, the 2500 hertz or 2500 megahertz, however you say it there for the mid band. Of course, I don't see this working on Sprint, but I don't have AT&T's low band in this area where I live, but they are supposed to be quickly expanding it the way T-Mobile did in the matter of the next couple of months. So I should do an update video when that time hits. But this is not the global variant. This is the Chinese variant. So I did have to get the Google Play Store on there myself and everything. But there's a little learning curve there, but it's not hard. A lot of people have done it. Don't get caught up in the whole global thing, not global, etc. You just have to do it yourself manually. That's really the only difference. But hope y'all like this video here. I couldn't wait to bring this on the channel here. The K30 5G by Redmi. Hit me up in the comments. Peace.